Let's explore King Henry VII's ascent to power, and let's talk about the rumors that royal family members might have wanted each other a little bit too much. Let's start by analyzing Henry's family connections. Henry VII, born Henry Tudor, was the son of Margaret Beaufort, as you probably already knew, and Edmund Tudor, making him a descendant of the so-called Lancastrian line. However, his claim to the throne was not straightforward. You see, during the Wars of the Roses, England was embroiled in a bitter conflict between the rival houses of Lancaster and York. Henry's claim to the throne was, as mentioned, based on his Lancastrian ancestry going back to Edward III, but it was tenuous at best. Henry VII's connection to Edward III is through his maternal lineage, specifically through his mother Margaret Beaufort. She was the great-granddaughter of John of Gaunt, Duke of Lancaster, who was the fourth son of King Edward III of England. Completely easy to understand, isn't it? Okay, here's a more detailed breakdown of the lineage. John Beaufort, 1st Earl of Somerset. He was the son of John of Gaunt and his mistress, and later his wife, Catherine Swynford. Although John Beaufort was born out of wedlock, he was later legitimized by an Act of Parliament and was created Earl of Somerset by his half-brother, King Henry IV. Margaret Beaufort. Margaret was the daughter of John Beaufort, 1st Earl of Somerset, and Margaret Beauchamp. She was thus a great-daughter of John of Gaunt. Margaret Beaufort married Edmund Tudor, 1st Earl of Richmond, and gave birth to Henry VII. That means, as the son of Margaret Beaufort, Henry VII inherited his claim to the English throne through his Lancastrian ancestry, which traced back to Edward III, but all of this was based on a woman. This wasn't so unheard of. On the contrary, the Yorkist claimant itself was also based on a woman, Philippa of Clarence, the daughter of Lionel of Antwerp, the third son of Edward III. I'm so sorry for the names. I have the feeling I say this in every video, but I can't help it. They had all the same names. I try to make it as easy as possible, I swear. But the Yorkist kings were also relatives to Edmund of Langley, the Duke of York, who was one of the sons of Edward III as well, and in this case the male line was uninterrupted. Or, to make it really easy for you, the Yorkist claim was better than the Lancastrian one, when it came to Henry VII. Since Henry had a worse claim, entered the concept of right by conquest. In the aftermath of the Battle of Bosworth Field in 1485, Henry emerged victorious over Richard III, the last Plantagenet king. This victory solidified Henry's claim to the throne through conquest rather than strict hereditary right. But Henry wasn't content with just a military victory. To further legitimize his claim, he sought to strengthen his ties to the Yorkist faction by marrying Elizabeth of York, daughter of Edward IV and a niece of Richard III. She's a key figure in this story. That's why I made a video about her first. She was not only a Yorkist princess, but also the embodiment of reconciliation between the varying houses of Lancaster and York. Now you might wonder why Henry's marriage to Elizabeth didn't immediately secure his claim to the throne legally. Well, that's because his right to rule was primarily based on conquest, not marriage. Legally, his marriage didn't alter his claim. However, morally and symbolically, Henry's marriage to Elizabeth was monumental. It represented a union of the two rival factions, paving the way for peace and stability in England. When we discuss Elizabeth of York giving moral legitimacy, we need to talk about something else as well. The rumors surrounding Richard III and his alleged intentions to marry his niece. Richard III's reign was marked by controversy and speculation, and one of the most enduring rumors is that he considered marrying his niece Elizabeth of York to solidify his hold on the throne. But why would Richard III entertain such a notion? Well, Let's consider the political landscape at the time. Wars of the Roses had ravaged England for decades, pitting the rival houses of Lancaster and York against each other in a struggle for power. Richard III, as a member of the Yorkist faction, faced challenges to his legitimacy, particularly from the surviving members of the Lancastrian line. His rise to the crown was also overshadowed by the fate of the princes in the Tower. And this will be the only time in this video where we mention them. Let's change it up a little bit, I thought. By marrying Elizabeth of York, Richard III could potentially unite the Yorkist factions. However, it's essential to note that these rumors remain largely speculative, as there is very limited concrete evidence to support the notion that Richard III seriously considered marrying his niece. There is a very good chance it's just a rumor put forward by the Tudors to demonize him further. Furthermore, such a marriage would have been highly controversial and likely met with resistance from both nobles and the general populace. Nevertheless, the rumors persist, adding another layer of intrigue to the already complex tapestry of Richard III's reign. And while we may never know the full extent of Richard III's intentions regarding his niece, Elizabeth of York, the rumors also serve as a testament to the intrigue and uncertainty of this chaotic period in English history, and they demonstrate how important the Yorkist princess was, even though she didn't change anything legally. In conclusion, Henry VII's claim to the throne was a complex blend of military triumph, familiar connections, and political strategy. While his marriage to Elizabeth of York didn't change the legal basis of his rule, it played a crucial role in uniting a fractured kingdom and laying the foundation for the Tudor dynasty. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, cause it really helps the channel. And bye!